Hey everyone, whoever comes on, whoever listens. If you have anyone in your family who is in hospital in a nursing home or long-term care, uh, try to make an effort to see what's going on and to be involved with the care and what type of diagnostics are happening to evaluate the health and the well-being of said patients. This place where my brother is right now, and he's going to be transported now because, well, I raised holy freaking hell with these people, and he now has encephalitis. He has swelling on the brain, and they didn't pick this up. They didn't pick this up because they didn't do a CAT scan on him. So he was being more receptive and more responsive with more eye movement, and then that dissipated, and he was not showing signs of progression as far as improvement. He was showing signs of deterioration. So this place did not give him the proper care that he needed, because this place, like all these other cuck places, take the money from Medicare, Medicaid, from the Veterans Hospital, from whatever, and they do not provide the adequate care. Okay, so he has now swelling on the brain. He did not present with that condition. He had a brain bleed, the blood was removed, and everything was going okay. Last week when I was there, his urine looked like Coca-Cola. And then when I had asked the one of the nurses, she was like, "Oh, so can you test it? Oh no, it has to be fresh. It has to be fresh." When I was just there yesterday, uh, his urine looked more clear. Now, that could be also, there can be a reagent that's added to the urine to make it look appear clear. See, if you don't know the games that are played with hospitals and how chemicals work to adjust and modify uh, urinalysis and cultures, wake up, wake up. Because if there's a way for them to make money by not giving the accurate reading and accurate diagnosis and conditions, then the patient remains sick, and then the levels continue, and then by the time the levels are, where they say, oh well, now it's oh yeah, like what happened with me for years and years and years, having an elevated TSH, but not elevated enough to be considered euthyroid, having, the thyroid, either hypo or hyper. But for years and years and years, so my weight would always, I would fluctuate. Like I'm, but it's just how it's how medicine, how insurance does to make freaking money. And as we are the guinea pigs, for these cucks who make billions, we're neglected. Our health deteriorates, and they just buy bigger yachts, and they have more investments. Yeah. How many billions did we spend now so far for this another senseless war of attrition? Unbelievable. Oh, it's freaking real. So if my niece and I were not behind what's happening with my brother, he would not be here now. He would not be here. Yeah, because what they do is they it's a money making opportunity. It's a money making opportunity. And I'll say this to people, if you have loved one in hospital anywhere, um whatever your belief systems are, but I would not donate anything, anything, because that's another money maker. That's another money maker. You see what's happening now with all these people? Um, you have a bunch of young kids that have gone missing, disappeared, and then you have elderly that are being tragically or, mysteriously. There's too much stuff going on. There is way too much stuff going on. So do not trust anybody. Do not trust these freaking hospitals, these institutions. Nope, nope. Because we are just a freaking number to each and every one of these cucks. That's what the F we are. That's what the F we are. Man, if you don't speak up and address the wrongs that continually happen in our douchebaggery society, let me tell you something. You'll just go wayside. You'll just go wayside with the shit and that's in the cesspool that they have that's presented to us as the citizenry. Yep. I'm just looking at these. Hello, hello. The puppy? What does this person say? Okay. America, Scamland, USA, America, Scamland, rock the night away, America, make America great again. Yep, let's make America great again. Let's bomb ships in the Caribbean and let's say that they're bringing in fentanyl. Yeah, let's unalive about 1,000 people that are on boats. What a shit show. What a freaking trash bag operation we have been in. We are in the freaking armpit of a freaking dystopian freaking bunch of imbeciles. You see that guy, Scott Bassett? You see him? Oh, God. Scott Bassett, Scott Bassett, Scott Bassett. My God, you should have, I know you're a game man, but darling, you should have really been on Broadway, brother. You should have been on Broadway, honey. I could see you doing a cabaret. Oh, honey, I could see you walking with that nightstick and your top hat. You got no business in politics, brother. But you're on the gravy train. You're on the corruption gravy train too. And these people, they talk all kinds of shit. God Almighty. And Marco Rubio. Oh, I've never seen the president fall asleep. Oh no, I've just sat, less than 1 foot from him, 12 inches from him, you know, and I've seen him nod out, but I've never seen him fall asleep. Right? Freaking idiots, man. How did we get here? We got here through a corrupt freaking system. We got here through a media system that they roll. They don't even have to roll. They don't even have to bend. They just stand there. They stand there, and they take it in. Bunch of corruption. A lot of douchebaggery we have in our society now, people. Mm-mm-mm. But for those of us who are seated at the humanitarian adult table, we stay in our position. We stay in our position and we stand and we speak up and we continue to speak up. Yeah. Forget all these crap bags. Anyway, everybody, look out for your loved ones. Look out for your loved ones. Keep those that are important, keep them, make sure that they're okay. Because you have to deal with anything as far as like Is that in the hospital situation? Oh, it's just so like very, very exhausting to to deal with, and for the patient, for my brother, with it's just horrible. It's a bad situation. Bad situation. Our healthcare gets cut, but let's have a 250th celebration, and yeah, let's see how well that's gonna go, right? In all honesty, President Trump, I would shelf that. I would 86 your celebration. Okay? I would 86 your celebration. We are not in a position, we are not. You have started another war at the bequest of the Adelsons and at the bequest of Israeli, and you want to celebrate? What the fuck is there to celebrate? Really, what the fuck is there to celebrate? Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. We'll get through this garbage. We'll get through it. And Caitlin Collins, you keep on smiling, girl. Did you hear him? Did you hear how he was belittling Caitlin Collins? How you belittle people, Donald J. Trump? Yeah, 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 yeah. You should have had a mother like I had. You'd be a stand up man. She would have set you straight. You wouldn't be the little pansy ass that you are. Yep. That's what happens when you give people everything, when you give your adult children everything, you powder their asses. Mm-hmm. This is what you get. Till next time, everybody. Peace and blessings. Bye.